Welcome back to another episode Inside the Show. I'm your host, Scuffy, alongside Cougs, and today we got a hell of a week to talk about. We got some news that we got last week. We got two videos, one big one where we finally revealed the big feature. We kind of teased it beforehand when we saw the leak, but we got statement created has been finally announced. We'll get to that momentarily, but Cougs, the first thing that's on my mind, it is what? Well, we're recording this a day later than we usually. It is a Tuesday, March 9th. It's about 12 p.m. on the east side, 9 on the west side, and there is no news so far about anything about a gameplay trailer. Just nothing. Zip. The latest tweet that we got was last night. I don't even know what time it was. It was around nighttime. I think it was around 9 p.m. my time. And you see a 2-second clip of the Tatis stall just flipping his hair. And they're saying, that's the tweet. That's the whole tweet. And I'm just here just like, what's going on? Are we getting something before Thursday? Or is they're just waiting for Thursday? I just want to get right into it. Where's the trailer, Cougs? Do you have it? I mean, someone has to have it.
Somebody's got it. Somebody out there knows something about this gameplay trailer. I don't know who that guy is, and I need to find that guy and get some answers out of him because I don't know what is going on with that trailer, dude. Like, they have 2 days, well, 2 days from when we're recording this, 2 days until the first feature premiere live stream, and we don't have a trailer yet. Like, the game comes out like in what, a month and a week, 5 weeks?
Yeah.
Where's the trailer?
I don't know. And you know what? Last year, I was trying to look into last year when they dropped the trailer, and it was January, I think, 22nd. It was a Wednesday. I didn't expect it to be on a Wednesday, but they did give us a teaser before on that Tuesday, be like, look out, here's the trailer coming on Wednesday. I was even expecting something like a little bit of that today. Maybe we'll still get it later in the day, but I'm hoping they give us something before Thursday. How crazy would it be where we had the first feature without, that's the first time we're really seeing gameplay. I know we already seen gameplay like Tatis highlights and the pinpoint pitching for like 2 seconds and the outfield plays for like 2 seconds as well. But how crazy would that be? The feature being the first gameplay that we ever see for 21. And I don't see it.
It's weird. Like, you would think that they would want to have a trailer and then start showing off some individual features about the game. But I don't know, maybe we get it tomorrow. Maybe they drop the trailer right at the start of the feature premiere. Who knows? Like, I don't know. I'm shocked if we don't get it before Thursday.
I am. I would be too. I'm hoping, or maybe they just go fully all out on Thursday. Like, Thursday the trailer, and then you got a feature come back a couple hours, and we'll go over the first feature. Maybe to do something like that. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
I'll be very curious on how that'll be. Now, speaking of the feature, like we said, the first one's going to be March 11th. It's going to be tailored to gameplay, pinpoint pitching. They're not doing the outfield stuff until the feature after, but still we get our first look of MLB The Show 21. Now, I heard something on where they said on the Show Nation, they expect it to be the same amount of time, just like the live streams. So that's good news.
Oh, they said that on there?
They said that. One of the developers said that it's going to be around the same time. My guess, everything's going to be pre-recorded, but they want to make it call a feature instead of stream because it won't be that live interaction. It'll just be a pre-recorded thing where they typically do what they do. It's just going to not be that live interaction. They'll probably record it earlier today, edit it out, make sure they have everything they want in there, be able to present to you, which me personally, I am completely fine with that because we're getting what they want us to see. And so we'll see.
Honestly, I like the pre-recorded ones better. Like, I get the live interaction sometimes is cool, but I mean, like, they don't like interact with the chat like insanely, like in high levels.
Mostly
They
just for polls. Like,
it's polls and drops or whatever, just little things like that. They're not really reading chat on a lot of these things. So I'm wondering, when they say it's the same length, do they mean the same length as the dev streams last year, or the streams we got kind of in the middle of the year where they did start doing the pre-recorded versions where those were only like 20, 25 minutes, where the other ones were like, an hour to an hour and a half sometimes. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I expect it to be, I think you said it where you think it'd be 20, 30 minutes. That's what I expect it to be at. I don't think it's going to be an hour. The only thing they're going to miss out on is probably like chat reaction if we get a legend reveal. I assume we're getting a legend reveal on Thursday. There has to
Dude,
be.
if we don't have a trailer and then we don't get a legend reveal,
Oh man.
people are not going to be happy.
I mean, it's been great. It's been great. We got last week was two good videos. Let's just say that it was really good videos. The first one on Tuesday, they pretty much went over the next gen where PS5 and Xbox Series X is going to be in 4K and 60 frames per second. So that was pretty cool to see. We kind of expected being the next generation consoles. Now, before we get to the other thing they showed on the video, I want to bring that to the table first. And what your thoughts on that, where with cross-play and cross-progression being a thing, what do you think or about having the event, like you're going to have now whoever has a PS5 or Xbox Series X having a little advantage over, say, a regular Xbox One or a regular PS4? Because I assume PS4 Pro could still run 60 frames per second. I thought that always was the case for MLB The Show. So that still might be the case for PS4 Pro, but just bringing that to the table. What do you think at first hand? I mean, it's great for us because we do have a next generation console, but you see how everyone's been struggling right now trying to get on any type of console. So anyway, I'm rambling on. Let me hear what you think about it, because I need another opinion or another approach. Maybe you have something different.
I mean, I'm not like, obviously, if you're on the next gen hardware, the game should run smoother than it would on previous gen hardware. I'm not 100% sure on the PS4 Pro point you made about the 60 FPS, but I mean, I don't think it's going to be as huge of a deal. Maybe I'm ignorant, I don't know, but I think like Major League Stadiums obviously did not run very well on the PS4 when you were trying to play there. So if you're trying to play at a created, or let's not even get to that yet. If you're trying to play at a major league ballpark and you're on the PS5 and you play somebody who's on the PS4, yeah, it may be a little bit laggy for that person on the PS4. But overall, I don't think it's going to be the absolute biggest gameplay advantage that there could be. So I don't know. I'm not really ready to form a full opinion on that one yet. I kind of just want to see the game and test it out on both consoles and try out the crossplay and see what people say. But yeah, right now it's a little too early for me to make any sort of judgment on that.
I think you are right. We gotta see how what happens when we get the game. So, but we got that news. It was kind of cool to see the new graphical upgrades. It's not going to be like overwhelming just yet, because remember when they went from PS3 to PS4, it gradually improved itself, and I think by like MLB 18 or they had it where they wanted to be for graphical wise. So that took what, 3-4 years. So they're always going to be improving on that. And me personally, I don't know about you, but like for me, for graphic wise, like for any games now, I'm more curious about gameplay for anything else than graphic wise. I don't know. It's not I remember when I was a kid, it was like, oh, that's the number one thing I want to see, how the graphics are. For me, that's not like the number one thing anymore. It's just, how does it play? How does it feel? Is it fun or stuff like that? Like, you got the best graphic game ever, but then again, the game might not play great. So I don't know about you, but that's not how I've been for it's like progress as it gets less and less as I get older.
No, yeah, I'm with you. I don't really care about graphics at all. I mean, there's always going to be something to be said for good graphics. Like, it's always going to be something to notice. Like, I can think of a game like The Last of Us Part 2. That is the most beautiful game I've ever played graphics wise, but I didn't enjoy the game because I didn't enjoy the story or you know, other games, it's like the gameplay is not good, but the graphics are great. It's like if the graphics are great, but the game sucks, it's kind of just a hollow shell of a game. So I don't know. Graphics to me never matter. As if they get better, cool, great. I'm not going to say no to it, but as long as the gameplay is good, that's all I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, without doubt. And we're not saying like the MLB Show graphics are bad or anything. It's not our main point, because they always do a fantastic job. Not only that, for everything else, for the UI and packs and stuff like that. So anyway,
design is never their short point on,
exactly,
on visual stuff.
But that was the only thing that we got into the video. The first video on Tuesday, they finally announced Stadium Creator is in the game. However, there is a twist where it's only available for next generation consoles. It won't be available for the Xbox One or the PS4. but we'll get into where it might still be a factor in those games, but we'll get into that as we get more into the mode itself. But off rip, the leak was right. That's like 2 out of 2 for big leaks right there, because we talked about the leak on an earlier podcast. I think that was around 2 weeks ago, where they had the description in the YouTube video saying, "Oh, Stadium Creator is now coming to MLB Show 21." And then they removed that description because it wasn't announced yet, and apparently it was true. And Cougs, at a 1 to 10, I think I already know the answer. How excited you are about Stadium Creator finally be into MLB The Show?
I'm about anywhere between an 8 to a 10, and I would say 7 to 9.
Okay.
There's a little bit of breathing room there that we'll touch on here in a little bit, I'm sure. But as far as the actual feature being in the game, I love it. The more customization, the better. Let players express themselves through the stadiums they create. Let players have fun with. Yeah, we'll get to more of that later. Like I said, you know where I'm going with this.
It's crazy because Tuesday we got the video in the game that we announced. They showed like little snippets. At first, when our first impression on Tuesday's video, we'll start with that, was where I thought they were just taking pieces from other stadiums, kind of thing, and patching them into be your own stadium, but that wasn't the case once we get Thursday's video, because they had another video for us Thursday, pretty much just going straight over Creative Stadium, and that's what we're going to be mainly talking about today, is that video and just going over what we expect from seeing the particular stadiums, pictures. What does that mean? We're just trying to go over any detail that we saw in that video and see what we could come up with to see how Creator Stadium is going to be in MLB Show 21. Anyway, before I ramble on again, first thing I think that was big was that the customization was absolutely much bigger than I thought you could do. You could mess with the walls, you could change colors, you could change dimensions. You could put wherever that you want in the outfield. I think they show a clip of like a bear, solar panels, stuff like that. The customization kind of blew me away. It really did. And I thought it was a great hint where they put like the Field of Dreams as well. Like you can make Field of Dreams if you want. And I was kind of blown away by how everything was. I don't know about you, Cougs, but I expected kind of like bare bones, and how they not bare bones, but like very basic. And they'll continue building on top of it, but they've had to been working on this for years and years to make it look like it did in that video.
Yeah, no, I didn't really know what to expect with the Stadium Creator. Kind of like you don't really anticipate the first iteration of this feature to be some crazy super over the top thing with so many customization options. But from what they showed in this video, you've got quite a bit of freedom with the stadium creation. Like you can change the walls around, you can use all these different assets from other minor league stadiums or major league stadiums or classic stadiums. Like I think on the video, one of the lines said there's over 1,000 unique pieces to customize in a stadium or something like that. Like, hey, if it all works out the way it's supposed to, like this is a really, really cool feature, because we've talked about it on the podcast before. Baseball stadiums have their own identity because not any stadium is the same as another. Like it's not like a basketball court where it's all the same dimensions, or a football field where it's 100 yards with 2 end zones. Like baseball stadiums, every single one is different from each other. And if you're going to give me this much freedom with the customization to make my own legitimate, unique stadium, that's great. And I think it's just another step forward for the franchise, because from what I understand, I don't think we've had a create a stadium feature since MVP Baseball 2005 in any baseball game. I may be wrong about that. There might be 1 or 2 that are in there, but this is an addition that was a long time coming, and I think it's gonna be fun to experiment with, and I'm really excited to get my hands on it. I'm just gonna go on a tangent if I keep talking about it, but I'm excited to try it out.
It's our main topics today, so I mean, if we go off a tangent, we go off a tangent. But yeah, it's definitely a mode I'm going to be digging into, because I love creating. Like I even just love creating uniforms. I can only imagine how I am going to be, and stickler to details for Creative Stadium. And It's great that it's finally here. Like you said, last time we said it was MVP 05 and NCAA 06. It looks very similar to 06 where they do the dimensions where you could go in and out. I'm very curious on the next statement that we're going to bring up, where it's going to be an offline, which we expected. That kind of like confirms that you could relocate teams now in franchise. If you think of it, relocation is completely there. You already could do the uniforms. Now you could do the stadium. It is completely there. Now you could pretty much create your own fictional league if you really want to. There was a roster that was out there. I think it was called Bacon's Fictional Roster, where it pretty much had all fictional players. So if you really want to just get weird with it and create your own MLB, well, not even MLB league, just your own league, you could probably use something similar to that if they create the roster again, because remember, year-to-year saves are not transferring over. That'd be kind of cool. And the first thing I thought about is actually a person. I thought of Frisk, because you know how he did with DLB. We'll have him on this podcast sooner or later. But how he did with the DLB, where he created a fictional league with content creators and other community members of MLB, and went at it with that, and just the customization that he did with that. He even did that with Super Mega Baseball, which you could actually do, I believe. No, you couldn't do stadiums, but you could do uniforms. Now you get creative stadiums. That's going to be fun for franchise users to use.
Yeah, well. and it makes a lot more sense with the franchise improvements we got last year, because last year you could change the team, you could change the location, but you still had to play at those same stadiums. This is like the second wave of what was, I'm not going to say supposed to be there, but probably just the vision. Like, this is how they wanted to let you really blow up your franchise. Plus you got the full minor league rosters last year. Like, it's really opening the door to so many different creative avenues with franchises and relocation and all that stuff. I'm really excited to see what the franchise community makes as far as content for that this year. I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, and of course, since we're on YouTube, let us know in the comments what you guys are excited for. So if you guys are excited about anything, then we'll read those. That's for anything. If you guys, as we do this on YouTube as well, if you want to shift over to YouTube and have a question, be sure to shoot in the comments and we'll bring it up to the next podcast. But yeah, franchise, I'm very curious if we're going to get expansion draft too, because that'd be kind of cool now. They could bring that to the table, bring your stadium uniforms, and then go from there. I would love to see that, and then see if we could build up a team anyway. But now let's get to the other part. It's going to actually confirm that's going to be in Diamond Dynasty. I'll let you have the table. I'll let you have the table first. I don't want to be the first one to jump. I'll let you have it.
Okay, so with it being in Diamond Dynasty, I've talked about this a million times. I just feel like there needs to be some restrictions or some limitations on what you can do. Like, of course, you want to give players the freedom to create their stadium and have fun with it and make it wacky and weird and unique. But at the same time, when you're talking about using it for online play, and especially a competitive online environment, you got to keep some competitive integrity there. And with the way the settings are looking for this feature, you could really make some exploitative areas in your ballpark to, either benefit you or handicap your opponent, whatever it is. It looks like you'll be able to have some ways to exploit the feature. Now, we don't know anything more than what we got in the video. We don't know if SDS has those limitations, if they are going to put specific rules and restrictions on what you can do in a stadium for online play. But until then, I'm just going off the idea that you can kind of do whatever you want. And that doesn't really excite me at the moment. Like, I love Create a Stadium. I love the fact that it's a new feature that we've all been waiting for, all been asking for. But there's got to be some competitive balance with it if you're talking about using it in online competitive play. So I'm just hoping that that's the case. I'm hoping that they have some of those restrictions, and I trust SDS enough with these, features that don't necessarily involve gameplay. I trust them enough to try to get this right and balanced so that we're not getting frustrated every time you step into ranked seasons or BR or anything like that. Not like you don't already get frustrated when you play BR anyway, but you know what I mean? You get the point.
Yeah, I just don't know. I really don't know, because they already allow polo inside competitive play. I mean, you just really don't know. But yeah, if there's, I don't see it coming to ranked, and I don't see it coming to BR. I can see it coming to events to test it out, just to see how the servers take it or something like that. But I don't see that until like later in the year. Just like how they tried out lock stadiums. Events is where you want to try stuff out first, I think, and because it's free entries, you're not really spending any stubs. And then you could just try out anything. That's what they do with quick counts. They did legend difficulty. They did all this crazy stuff in events, and I think that's the way to do it. I think that's the perfect route to try out creative stadiums if we're going to bring it to competitive play. I do expect you'll be able to play with friends with these stadiums and maybe custom leagues as well. We don't know. We'll find out more information. But what intrigues me is when they go over that video, we see 4 little icons on the top right. There was 2. If you see all 4, there's 2 of them. They have red. They're red icons that say no. They have 2 icons. One has a baseball bat. The other has, I guess, at first I thought it was like a baseball wall at first, but now it looks more like memory card, like a micro SD
or like a floppy disk sort of thing.
Floppy disk, which makes more sense. And shout out to Ochev. He kind of brought that up on Twitter, and I was like, okay, I agreed with that. Is pretty much because the reason why we didn't get any more classic stadiums is because they pretty much didn't have any more memory to bring to the PS4. So that kind of makes more sense. And then you have, I guess, how many resources for that little bucket you could use. And then they have another thing for memory. However, I really don't know what this means. The only thing I can see with the baseball thing is maybe that's telling you if it's eligible to be online or offline. That's the only thing.
That'd be cool. That'd be a nice little indicator. If the one with like this image we're looking at right here, you've got the 86 on the little memory card icon, and it's surrounded by the yellow bar. It has something to do with how many assets you've had already added to the thing. I have no idea what the icon to the left of it is. I have no clue. It looks like a handbag to me. It looks like it looks like a treasure chest. I don't know. Like I have no clue, but I hope the bat basically means like, this is too stupid to use in online play. Like, I hope that's what it is, man. That would be so comforting to me.
That would be too. And then you know what type of stadium you could create. I assume you could create multiple stadiums. Not only that, they indicated that you could share your stadium with friends and play or edit your favorites in the online community. How great is that?
I love that. You don't understand how much I love that.
It's just going to make it easier for everyone. Not only that, you could see a stadium you like, but you want to tweak something and make it your own. Like use templates. I mean, that's going to be dope. And this is where I was bringing up where maybe PS4 and Xbox One comes in hand, where they actually get to have custom stadiums, but they're unable to create a new one, but they're able to download maybe.
Yeah.
So
or I think you'll be able to play in custom stadiums if you're on PS4. If you are on PS4 and you match with somebody on PS5 and they're the home team and they're using a created stadium, I think you should be able to play there. You just can't create one.
But what if you find one in the vault? Like, you'll be able to look in the vault, but you can't edit it, but you could download it and be like, oh, hey, I like this stadium. Someone showed this. I'm going to use this for my online stadium.
Yeah, it'll probably just say like PS5 feature or next gen feature. Because remember back in the day when MLB The Show first came to the PS4, there were like certain stadiums that you could only use on the PS3 and stuff like that. Do you remember that?
I do not remember that. I don't know why.
Yeah, you would pull packs or you would get like post game rewards, and it'd be a stadium, and it would say PS3 only.
Yes, I remember now. Yeah.
So I wonder if it's going to be kind of the same thing this time around.
Yeah, that was Shea Stadium was only PS3. I remember that. Yep, I do remember that. I remember it was the old stadiums. I was like, I used to play here. Now I can't play here. Yeah, that is true. So maybe it's something like that. I didn't even think of that. But either way, it's just crazy to see how much customization was in here. And we had Ansel Armstrong, which we had on the stream. On the podcast before. Sorry, mixed it two together. We had him on the podcast for season 1, where he went over his market values and stuff like that, see where he comes from. But anyway, he posted a tweet out, and he posted a clip, which was from a dev stream from 2017, and it had pretty much Ramon on the clip, and pretty much asking, "Where's stadium creator? We all want stadium creator." And the two guys that I assume two devs that are next to him, he's like, "That's a long-term goal," and they kind of seemed like a little fed up at Ramon because maybe they already knew that they were playing this out and they don't want to give anything away. And one of the guys on the couch said, "Oh, that's a 4-year plan." And look at where we are now. 4 years later,
4 years.
we have stadium created. How crazy is that?
Crazy,
much
man.
was in the work. And he kind of already he hinted before, like we want to see it too, and we want to see it in the game, but it just takes a while. And that's one of the long-term goals they finally got, and that's probably why we see so much customization already part of this mode. And they probably want to make sure they had this before they release it. They don't want to release a bare bones type of mode for Creative Stadium. They want to release the full functional Creative Stadium mode, and this is basically what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's great. I like super cool to see that clip and see where we are now, and see this video with all the options we have. Like, dude, it's crazy to think that 4 years ago people were asking for this feature, and every year since people have been asking for the feature, and now we finally got it. Accordingly, in that clip, they were true to their word, and now here we are. I want to get my hands on it. I want to play this game, Scuffy. We still have to wait a whole nother month.
I know you were on stream yesterday, and you're like, by end of the week, we should be a month. Oh, wait a second. I was like, yep, that'll be true.
Yeah, that's where we are right now.
I mean, this Friday, because I remembered this last year, because Friday's my birthday. Unfortunately, I'm getting old.
Happy early birthday!
Thank you. And last time on my birthday, it was on the 12th, and I just knew I didn't want to be my birthday because what happened on March 13th, a release of MLB Show 20.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's crazy. Like this is, I assume if COVID never happened and we just had normalcy in this world, I assumed it came out this week.
Yeah, same.
And so, but everything happens for a reason. We'll get to play the game just a month later. It could have been much worse too. We talked about this when we heard about the release date. It could have been in May. It could have been early June. I was quite surprised when we got April. I really was. I thought that was earlier than expected. So as much it pains and impatient that we are, that we want the game to be out, it's coming out much sooner than I originally thought. So, hey, things could be worse.
We'll take it.
We'll get there. We'll get there one day at a time. We'll get there. We might be as patient as we get. But the good thing is that we're getting news on Thursday, but still goes back to our first topic today. Where the hell is that trailer? And so Cougs, let's just say we get the trailer tomorrow on Thursday. Give me 5, like realistically, I know there's legends that we want in this game, but give me like 4 or 5, 6 legends that you think could be in the game. And they don't show all the big ones at first. So
no, they plan them out to keep the hype going throughout the development cycle. But yeah,
so give me only that if we do get a trailer come tomorrow, they give what, maybe 5, 6 legends about around there, and then
I think
feature,
I mean that's what we got like last year, right?
All right, let's see who we got last year. We got Gary
Sheffield, John Franco.
Yes, those were the first 2.
Mariano and Big Papi were at the end.
Yes, I feel like we got more though.
I think there was one more. Was it?
No,
it was. I think it was an outfielder.
Oh, Shane Victorino.
Victorino, that's right.
Yeah. So that's 5, right? No, yeah, 5.
Yeah, five legends. I may even be missing one.
Yeah, we might be missing, but still, that's 5, around 5 to 6. So I want to see what you said. I'm just putting you in the spot. Give me like I put my 4, and 3 of them are really big, but I expect they're going really big on this trailer. So I want to see.
Okay, so if I have like 4 or 5, realistic legends, I will say Hank Aaron.
Yes,
I think he's going to be. Yeah, I think he's a really strong pick. I think Clemente. Everybody wants to see him.
Okay.
And it's 21. I think this could be the year. I'm also gonna say Pedro.
Mm-hmm. That was one I had too.
I think Pedro's very, very gettable. And then I'm trying to think of any, maybe not like amazing players, more of like the, the guys that would be fun to use in the game that, maybe like like the John Franco-esque players. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of more like under the radar guys. I don't know.
Maybe someone they bring
Give me a
back.
couple as I think of one.
Maybe so. Well, you already said 2 or 3. I went big. I went big on mine. I went with. If you're gonna put Pedro in there, you got to put Randy side by side. You got to release them together. Because those are the big two. Be one from throwing from the right, one from throwing left. The other guy I had was Alfonso Soriano.
Okay.
I can see that hitting him a home run, and then doing his like no doubter stance as well. I think they bring someone back. And I think Joe Mauer could be in the trailer.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I could. And then, like I said, end that with Hank Aaron, or if we ended on this, I'm not sure if I got bored last night, so check this out. If you missed
I
this.
saw it.
So if I will play it on the YouTube video, but if you're listening on the podcast, I posted a teaser what it would look like if Barry Bonds was at the end, and I just had to see it for myself. And that just got me hyped up by just doing that. But I doubt he's going to ever be in the game. I
feel
really
like
doubt.
he's a tough one to get.
I think he's the hardest one to get. I think it's him and then Jeter, 1, 2.
Yeah.
And I just can't see either one of them being anytime soon. I hope I'm wrong. I really am. I hope I'm wrong. But let's hope they're in the. I just won't play with Bonds, man. You know
he'd be so much fun to play with, dude.
Oh man, the closest thing that we have currently in the game is that Soto card, just for hitting wise.
Yes, absolutely.
So, just to see, I mean, I feel like they had to increase their attributes for Bonds. Like he'll be the only one.
Oh yeah, like 150.
Yeah, it would be like instead of like the yellow, it'd be like all like prestige red.
Yeah,
like I don't know, but anyway. I feel like I had something else before to say about the trailer, and I completely forgot. But yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Like, okay, do you think they go no trailer route?
Oh man.
Could you see them releasing the game without a trailer?
I can't.
Because if you, it might be a stupid question. Because if you think about it, though, the trailer. This is the way it works in my mind. A trailer comes out. Like, look at 20's trailer. It teases a couple little things. It teases Showdown. We have no idea what Showdown is. It teases these new legends. We want to find out the rest of the legends coming up. It teases it didn't tease prestige cards, but we got that later. But the trailer teases a couple things, and then you find out more in the live streams. It breaks down those features from the trailer, and then you get the actual game. This time around, we don't have a trailer yet. We already know about the features, and we're about to dive deep into the features into these streams. What is there really a huge point to a trailer other than just the fact that it is a trailer to market the game?
Yeah, and just get legends. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's about it.
I don't know, man.
Would
It's
you
just
want to market that? Like you expect them to go all out this year for legends. Like this is the year.
Yeah.
This is the year. When you want to market that to get people to get more games instead of doing through a feature. I mean, you still could post
That's what
something.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
Where's the trailer?
I don't. You know what's funny? I realized they released Mickey Mantle through a stream. It wasn't through a feature. It wasn't through a
and
show.
it was like the last stream.
It was the last
before.
one, man.
Yeah.
So anything's possible. But if we do get a trailer, this is what I meant to say before while we're talking about it. If we do get a trailer before Thursday, that's like 5, and then maybe a feature gives us 2. So that's 7 to maybe 8 new legends that we'll get to know about this week. That's why I'm hoping for one. That's 8.
Yeah, I need it, man.
I just want something like it so we could mock up cards, see what we get, and get to see who we're going to pre-order, because the pre-order packs, if you do the Diamond Dynasty or anything Jackie Robinson and above, you get the Diamond pre-order packs. And last year we saw they were based on new legends. So once we get to figure out the new legends, we get to figure out the lower tier type of diamond cards that we get for these legends. So, I mean, it'd be kind of cool to know about that too. It has to be coming. I think it's coming either tomorrow or Thursday. But we'll find that out. And
I feel like every single trailer date that we've all predicted, it hasn't come. So at this point,
I'm just let it.
Whenever it happens, I'm gonna be excited.
Whatever happens, we'll be here. But the one thing that we know, we'll be here next week to talk about it. So no matter if we get a trailer or we're just talking about the feature, And before we get off here, anything you expect from the future that you're looking forward to? Remember, it's gameplay. It's tailoring to gameplay. I think they go over pinpoint pitching, not particularly the outfield stuff, but just those type of air and hitting engine. There are updates to hitting engine as well.
As far as those features, I'm obviously like curious to hear what they're gonna say, but those type of things when they're talking about the hitting engine or the pitching, I always get more value when I just get my hands on it.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you can say whatever you want, like, oh, these are our averages with perfect now. This is how the hitting engine has changed. Until I get my hands on it,
Yeah.
I don't make a judgment or a decision or an opinion. I just kind of wait.
Maybe we
So
could try to confirm if we could talk about those aspects that we played in the tech test, and we could talk about that next week. But we have to confirm if we're able to.
yeah, we'll see.
I will try to reach out and see if we could do that because that'd be kind of cool. Then we could give feedback of those particular things and what we expect going forward for those, like the new pinpoint and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do that anyway. But yeah, I'm the same boat. For gameplay, we just got to play and see how it is and go from there. But still, it's something new, and I'm hoping it's going to be rapid fire from once the 11th hits until April 16th that we're going to get news constantly and stuff to talk about because that's what we need. That's what we're feeding to get us through for this next month and a half. Not even a half, but a month and a couple days. And Cougs, next time we'll probably be talking. We'll be talking about this feature. I'm guaranteed that we're talking about a gameplay trailer. I'm going to guarantee it.
Oh,
I'm going to guarantee it. If I'm wrong,
okay.
I don't know. We'll figure something out if I'm wrong, but I'm going to guarantee it right now.
Either way, next week we're gonna have something of
new
substance to talk about.
And I assume they're going to release a new legend on the feature, so we'll have a couple legends, and then we'll bring back our Come On Man
Yeah.
level, because what we did last year. That was fun, so we'll rate out these legends and go from there. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for this week. It's been a lot of fun to see about the State of Creator, and I want to see more. I think we both want to see more and see how it works, but we won't know until they go more over that. But that's going to do it for this week in Inside the Show. Be sure to sub to our YouTube channel if you want to see us live on screen. We'll have other clips going on to the YouTube channel as well. Be sure to follow my boy Cougs at Cougs46. I'm at Scuffy McGee TV on Twitter. Our official Twitter account is Inside the Show PC. Once again, Inside the Show PC. And of course, I didn't say before, our YouTube now has a URL. It's at insidetheshow.com YouTube.com/Inside the Show. Hey, first time I'm doing it, so you expect me to botch it. But we'll catch you guys next week on Inside the Show. You guys have a good week. Yep.